only 6 days since the last upload, guys, and we are already recording another video. What is this? We are on a roll. And this is a very long overdue video. If you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen that this is my parts hoarding room, and finally we're gonna clear some stuff out of here. You'll have to wait till next video to see that, but for today, finally, much needed change. So this OEM bumper I've been running with the DC2 Integro lip, while I've actually really grown to love it, it was only ever meant to be temporary. But then the engine blew up and getting a new bumper was the last thing I was thinking of. So now finally, after way too much time, I've got myself a GP Sport front bar. In my opinion, this is just undeniably the best look for an S15. It's very similar to an aero bar, just a little bit lower down the bottom, a little bit beefier, and I just think it suits the body of the S15 super well. A lot of body kits try to go for a chunky look, which I personally don't think looks good with the S15, which is why this looks so good, because it keeps a very factory look, being so similar to the factory option aero bar. I've also had this brand new genuine metal fender sitting in my room for ages, because I've had this pinch on the left side for way too long now, and it's just gotten worse over time, and you can see it's like crumpled up here, so it's kind of, you could repair it, but it would not be easy, and it's kind of bulging out now, so it would be very hard to get perfect again. So plan for today is rip this side skirt off, this fender, put the new fender on, and then we'll put the new bumper on, because in about just over a week's time this thing is booked in for paint, so it's going to get tidied up, and these new pieces are really going to finish it off. And I'm prepared with a Dremel and an angle grinder, because I'm pretty confident we're going to have to do some trimming of this bumper to fit the intercooler pipes. Now these skirts were sicker flexed on, so you're gonna have to be real careful to try and not damage them while I'm pulling them off. Out here is actually not too bad, other than the silicone I gotta pull off, but in here is pretty gross. You can see all these rocks just collecting, because there's just no way to clean these skirts out. They've been on for over 2 years, and these skirts will be getting repainted as well, because yeah, they've seen some better days. The renowned spot for rust on S chassis is actually behind this left fender, and I've never had it off to take a look, so pray for me, guys. We've got a whole ecosystem living in here, and thankfully it is perfectly clean in here. I checked all through the wheel well as well, and we have no rust, so looking good. I'm confident it's gonna need cutting, but see if we can get it on anyway. Yeah, it's definitely not fitting with that intercooler. This section is way too big, so I'm gonna grab the Dremel and trim a good section out of there. Okay, so I've cut off a fair bit off the intercooler section, and we are very close. It's still touching just along the top, so I'll do a little trim there. But our main issue now is these intercooler pipes on the side. So a bit more trimming to go, but I can already see the vision. So the Dremel went flat, of course, so while I'm waiting for that to charge, I remembered that I have some Origin side skirts, and I've never been able to test fit them. And I've just got them sitting on there, but these things are crazy low, because the side skirts I usually run actually aren't that much lower than the aero skirts, I reckon. They are a little bit, but they're not low when you compare them to the Origin or like normal Vertex skirts. I've got a can of WD-40 so you can get a bit of a grasp on how low These actually are. Yeah, I don't know if I'd even get out of my driveway. But man, does that look good. Why am I kind of tempted to just get these painted instead? Really embracing my inner S chassis here, by the way. We got 3 colors. We'll add a 4th once we get this bumper on. Alrighty guys, I was really struggling with that Dremel battery, so it took me a bit longer than expected. It is dark out, but it is on. The cuts are definitely not pretty, but they're just to get the bumper on the car. I'll get the body shop to make them nice and clean, but fitment for the most part seems decent. It's probably too dark, but the bumper lines up quite nicely with the fenders, and it doesn't line up perfectly anymore because of this little vent type thing on the bumper, but the carbon cooling panel can still stay on. Again, I'm sorry it's so dark, but you can kind of see already just how good this is going to look. It's not too low, not too aggressive. I think this bumper is just perfect. Anyways, it's too dark to do anything else, so I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, next time you see this bumper, it should be all painted and looking good. So about 2 weeks for that, so keep an eye out. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.